Hello everyone, this is Akuchi back with some more Dominion. I'll be playing my final league match of the season. Can look at the standings real quick. Looks like I'm going to be able to promote no matter what. And we're playing against WillPower264, who is probably not going to demote. Let's see how we do. Pretty low stakes in general. Okay, so we have Goat, and then there's Spice Merchant. That's pretty good thinning. I don't see a whole lot of payload here. I do not see a whole lot of payload here. We can also play with Catapult instead of Spice Merchant. That's probably better. Can we get into a situation, like there's not even good gainer. There is Town Crier, which can gain silver. So we can potentially get a single province stack. Now there's Diplomat, which can counter the Catapult. But it's definitely possible to junk our opponent. But Goat protects against so much of that. So I think the relevant question is there another, like, terminal action we even want to play? Oh wait, Spice Merchant is plus buy. So we can build bigger. It is possible to build bigger. And the fact that it's possible makes me think that I think I want to play the Spice Merchant over Catapult. Not only that, but there's just like Diplomat is fine if you're attacked, and then there's Blacksmith. I think there's a lot of good counters to Catapult. So I'm going to open Pixie Spice Merchant. Okay, our opponent goes for Catapult. I'm curious to see how this works out. We hit 5 pretty early. Is it worth picking up an idol? I think so. I think we're going to want to play with an idol. It's not a big rush, but I guess we could pick up a Diplomat. Might be better. Okay, no attack. That's really good. Do we want to play Pixie first? If we're gaining silvers, we don't. I think. On the other hand, so that's an estate. We could just play Spice Merchant for buy. I'm fine with that. Let's get a village, because we are going to want... Well, we don't even have multiple terminals right now. Do we even need a village? I think I might prefer a Town Crier. We will want a village at some point, though. We could also get a Pixie. Might be a little better than Town Crier in the short term. I don't want to trash two things. Let's get the village, and we'll get the Town Crier next turn, I guess. Or Diplomat, one of the two. Oh, our opponent is a spice merchant and a catapult. That's crazy. Thank you. Let's try to trash our estate. We can do that. Okay, we could gain a gold here. I would rather... I'd rather buy something. Okay. Yeah, let's get our diplomat. I keep the copper just because if I draw a spice merchant, I want something to be able to trash. So we can will-o-wisp first. Okay. This goat doesn't do much. So do we want the plus buy? I think so. Because I think I want to get like Town Crier and Pixie, maybe? Alternatively, I could go... Town Crier Village. I have the one Pixie right now. I don't know. Pixie's just good. And I don't necessarily want to get rid of my goat because our opponent might curse us, you know? So our opponent's pretty clean. Our opponent doesn't have a Town Crier. If we can swap, that'd be great. Ooh, this is good. That seems worthwhile. Yeah, let's trash all this stuff. Alright, so now we're gonna draw. And we have buys, so we might as well cantrip this. And rotate the pile. No. Hadn't really thought about that too much, but... So we get a blacksmith. Potentially we want two blacksmiths. They're pretty flexible. Spice Merchant is not doing much, but thankfully we can play it as Vagrant. I mean, maybe we do end up playing it for plus buy. I can see that. I can see that. Gives me a curse. Okay. Yeah, that's a reason for us to get another idol to give out some curses. Has our opponent trashed their goat? They have. Okay, so if we give out curses, then our opponent needs to use their catapult on that, which is good. So I will consider another idol. Now, if our opponent doesn't get a blacksmith, we're definitely going to swap. So we have the power to... I feel like our deck is just better set up for the long game. Gold. Now I don't necessarily want to play that Will-O-Wisp. It's fine. For like to activate Diplomat, we can just play Town Crier. Okay, which I think we'll have to do. We discarded a lot of cards. So I'm not thrilled about gaining a silver here. On the other hand, I don't need the coins. Do I? Let's not be greedy just yet. Okay, so we can go with idle and what? Probably village is safest. I'm a little confused. What do I have to do with Diplomat? Draw 2, discard 3. I'm confused about why I even had more cards. Oh, River's Gift? Okay. Um, oh, my idol probably gave me River's Gift. I didn't even notice it. I'm not sure if that was worth the discard, but we did it. I think every turn from here on out, we're going to want our town crier to gain a silver. Alright, so we do that. And now, let's go village. Town crier for silver. We'll rotate because Elder's pretty good for us. Okay. Yeah, I mean, wisps are good. I think they're still pretty good. I have a wisp down there. Kind of want a pixie. Like, we could get more silvers, which is very nice. It's just good to have pixie. I know it's a waste of a buy, but what can you do? Yeah, so our plan is to keep cursing, and then we'll get provinces at some point. What? Come on. Lame. Alright, so we might lose, because of things and stuff. Alright, so we can Elder Diplomat here, right? I'm not saying that's definitely what we want to do. We top deck an Idol. It doesn't really help us. So I think I'd do Elder Diplomat. It's not ideal. That's actually awful. Huh. Yeah, that's remarkable in how bad it is. I don't need that Spice Merchant there, but otherwise I just put all our good cards there, so. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem. I guess we could have known that was coming. Jeez. Well, that's good. Man, this is really not working out for us. Where is... Where are our good cards? Oh. Wait. Yeah, I get both, right? That's cool. I didn't even know it had that synergy. That's very neat. Okay. We probably want to cycle that away. Hmm. Then again, we've got the idol. Okay, so what do we have in terms of money? We have 5 extra money, so that can be an Elder or it could be double Pixie. Probably double Pixie makes sense. And getting extra 2 coins would help us get Elder Pixie, which is kind of good, but it makes our next hand worse. It does make it more likely for us to be able to spike double province, though. Can we win with double province? We'd be at 10. There's a possibility we can win with double province. I think I want to plus 2 coins here. And we don't rotate. We do that. Oh, that's nice. We do that. And we do that. And that. And that. There we go. So that was very nice. We can potentially win next turn. Our opponent has 6 cards in their hand. I'm not entirely sure why. Okay, catapult. Yeah, let's activate that diplomat. Discard 3. That looks good. Okay, so we win with double province. So let's plan to do that. Okay. Um, okay, and then we get 2 coins. I think the best way to do it is we're a little bit tight on actions, but I think we can make this work. Yeah, I think this works. Then, yeah, okay. Just barely. Alrighty. Got the first game. It was close. I'm not entirely sure if like building a double province was the correct line, but it worked out for us. This kingdom has plenty of terminal draw, but the plus actions is a little bit tricky. We have landing party, those go away. We have first mate, but we can like first mate schemes potentially. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Right? You can scheme one first mate and a bunch of schemes. So that works. Ordinarily, I would think we should get ninja and then probably silver. So there's no way to trash our starting cards though. Um, I guess the like first made scheme thing can only like guarantee play 2 schemes, which is pretty bad in the light of the ninja attack. It might be necessary, but it is kind of bad. Hmm. Yeah, once we get swap, I think we can add a bunch of schemes, and that'll all be good. So I do think I like Ninja Silver. Well, actually, Ninja Scheme would have been better, I think. Just because of, like, playing the Ninja more often. Hmm. I could see it either way. In terms of plus buy, it's Marquee. So we're going to want to play with that. But again, it's awkward with everything else here. Swap will hopefully make things less awkward. There's no landing party tricks, right? None that I can see. In fact, there's no landscapes at all, which is weird. This looks pretty nasty. Yeah, I should have opened scheme. I'm feeling pretty silly about that. The scheme is not useful except to trigger a shuffle. So it's like it exists in the deck. Um, is a landing party better than a scheme or a smithy? Hmm. The swap doesn't have a target right now. Landing party will power up artist. It's just a question of when we want to add it. I don't like smithy very much. Maybe I do. Sure, let's get smithy. We have to buy the marquee. Swap can't get us marquee. That's important. Now this is unfortunate because we had 2 coppers in hand. So we're probably going to gain a bunch of estates. Not good. The swap here should probably be landing party. It's not great. If we don't get attacked, it's amazing. Because we get our landing party back and can buy a marquee. If we do get attacked, they're still probably fine. Oh, this is incredible. Whoa! I don't know when they got that marquee, actually. Turn 5, okay. Well, they're in a better position than we are. That's their entire deck. Oh, that was stupid. Oh. That was really dumb. You know, that's dumb for a bunch of reasons, actually. Swap doesn't really accomplish anything. Marquee doesn't do much either. This is bad. This is really bad. I don't I don't think I can win this game anymore. This is messed up. I should not have played that scheme. That was Wait, would it have mattered? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, hold on. Would it have mattered? No. I wouldn't have gotten swap and scheme in hand anyway. This is real bad. Going all in on landing parties makes sense. Artist makes less sense in the kind of composition that our opponent has. Um, I think I have multiple schemes already. This is not ideal. I really want that swap. First mate is important. Maybe I should be contesting landing party more. I'm like hoping that it'll pay off with artist, you know? Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I probably want a first mate. And I probably need a landing party here. This game is nowhere close to over, so I guess we shouldn't give up. Whoa! That could be worse. Could be better. Could be a lot better. Do I want another marquee? Not enough, I think. I do want an artist, but it's a little bit less valuable now. I kind of want a marquee, but probably not a pressing thing to get. Let's try to play with 2 swaps, I suppose. What do we want on top? I think I want to swap the top. We can continue to get more landing parties. Wait, why didn't... Yeah, there we go. What? How did a landing party get in their discard? I guess they decided to discard one for no particular reason. I guess they want it for a future turn. That would be a good turn, except that they're out of actions. Did they discard 2 landing parties? That's crazy. Maybe they had the artist in their deck. Okay, that doesn't bother me too much. Famine, whatever. Okay. I just don't have a target for this first mate, you know? Well, that's bad. That's real bad. What the heck? What am I supposed to do now? Do I even want more first mates? I don't think I do. I just want to top deck more first mates. If I had 6, I would buy Marquee. I don't. So I'm left rather unsure about what I should be getting. Honestly, it could be that scheme is correct. It could be artist is correct. But I'm going to have plus buy next turn. Yeah, let's get an artist, I guess. Hopefully we get attacked. Because, like, first mate with any non-terminal is quite good. Speaking of good. Oh, our opponent has a first mate. They just got one. I see. I see. I'm deluded and I have bad omens. Those werewolf attacks are pretty nasty. I should think about getting some werewolves. Deluded is especially nasty in this kingdom. What does this plus buy accomplish? I just can't buy any actions, so what am I even doing? Potentially nothing. I probably should have just played a copper. Or, like, played my treasures now that I think about it. I don't have that option anymore. I think I want to attack. I think that's the most important thing I could be doing. The trouble is, I don't think our next turn is going to be any good. Maybe we can get a first mate kind of thing. Maybe. Miserable. I have a swap and I think a smithy down there. I think it's worth playing. It might be worth playing the swap with no target. Alternatively, it'd be great if we got... No, we don't. Okay. We buy scheme and we scheme the swap. Actually, artist is probably better. We have a marquee. I think it's better. Not looking that way. Not looking that way. I think I'll top deck some landing parties here. Mistakes were made. This is a tough kingdom. I wonder if ninja money is best. I find that hard to believe. Our next turn is pretty guaranteed to be good. But there's a limit to how good it can be. There is a limit. This is a very painful game. Draws 5. Pretty good artist. We can't even get money with swap. Man, this board is awful. This board is awful. It's a pretty good turn. Pretty good turn. No schemes played, though. Oh, that's awful. What am I supposed to do with these curses? I mean, this is a turn where I have the actions to play distant lands, you know? I mean, I can play 2 distant lands this turn. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And now we can scheme. Three things, which is enough to scheme first mate in 2 schemes, which seems like it should start our turns out nicely. Do I need more than 2 buy? I don't think so. What do I need? Probably 1 more plus action would be pretty good. We can get that from a swap, potentially. We can do more first mate stuff. I think I'm gonna go Werewolf Landing Party. I think that's where I'm at. We could go Landing Party Gold, try to work up in that direction, but I don't know if I believe in that. Okay. That's good for me. Uh-huh. Pretty sure I want to play a landing party. But I guess we can do it after our marquee. No, I think this is better. Okay, we can swap the scheme potentially. We know we want to play a ninja. So let's do it. Get more information with our swap. That didn't help. That didn't much help. I guess we'll just keep going with the distant lands thing. Okay. How about artist? Alright, we're back in the same situation we were in before. So let's just keep it going. That is really bad. I want to see anything except for the marquee in this hand. Literally anything except the marquee. I don't know. I have to discard the marquee, but then we don't have plus buy or even much draw, to be quite frank. So if we discard two schemes, we get a hand size that is, we end up with like a marquee and 5 other cards, but only plus 1 action, like only 1 action available. Now maybe we get our landing party, maybe we can, never mind, we can't swap into landing party, so I think we just have to, yeah, our opponent getting the remaining landing parties means I think we just have to discard the marquee. I think there's no other option. It's a real bummer. So landing parties are gone. Our opponent has 6 of them. We have 4. So it's going to be tough for us to get plus actions from here on out. It's going to be tough for our opponent to get plus actions unless they spend a turn, you know, just playing treasures. I'm just hoping we can swap into distant lands, you know? Maybe I should have bought 2 landing parties there instead of the werewolf. I can believe that. I could always like swap into the werewolf and then buy a landing party. That would have kind of protected my game plan a little bit more. Our opponent only has the 1 scheme, so they're not as good with their first mate setup. Still good enough. The werewolf attacks are nasty. They have been nasty. 4 hexes left. I think 2 of them are hand size. Fear and Haunting, which don't do anything to me. What are the other 2? Envy. That's mildly annoying. I mean, that's hardly a thing. Really? Okay. I think we don't swap. And then we ninja. And then artist, and that's pretty good. We can landing party here. Alternatively, we could just buy another landing party after playing distant lands or something. Hmm. I have a scheme down there. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's attack with werewolf. That seems fine. That's inconvenient. Because we have a scheme down there. War, that was the other one. So I trashed their silver, and now there's just two hand-sized attacks left. I shouldn't have even played that werewolf knowing what I know about the hex pile. That was dumb. Guess our opponent hurts us a little bit if they don't attack with ninja. Anyways, we have a 50% chance of seeing our other scheme in time to play it to first mate. You better play that ninja. If our opponent doesn't play ninja, I think we just play these two coppers and get on with our turn. It's kind of inefficient though. How do I know that they discarded an estate and a ninja? How do I know that? Hmm. Seems like that leaked information that shouldn't have been leaked. Oh, well, this makes our decision easy. I don't think I want to go into big debt. I think I do want one more landing party. Let's go ahead and get both of the distant lands in play. Oh well. Mm, this is a problem. This is a problem. Because down in those 6 cards, yeah, this is a problem. I think I need to get draw here, so werewolf. Otherwise, our next turn is guaranteed bad. Screw it, we'll play. Oh, great! Artist, yay. Just in case that matters. Okay. Now we get landing party and distant lands, I think. There's no clear 3-pile risk. If our opponent can 3-pile, that's fine. They can win the game. I'm cool with that. What should we scheme here? It could be scheme, but it could also just be artist. No, scheme makes more sense. Why don't I ever start with my bad cards in hand? Okay. So we can first make the landing party. I think that means we discard these. Our opponent probably wins here, but let's see it. Alright, they just need to get a billion swaps. Oh, well, that's not the start to a win. Okay. They didn't even attack me? Oh no, they already attacked. Okay. We can play werewolf. I'm pretty... No, I'm not very happy about that. Do I want an extra card from art? Like, it's because my last card is going to be marquee, potentially. I don't know. I'm pretty resigned to just not having a very good turn if we don't see the marquee early. Yeah. I think this was the right call. And now, do we attack with Ninja? Or do we play Marquis? Marquis has some advantages. Clears out the top of the deck, which is quite bad at this moment. Actually, the top of the deck has 2 swaps. It's a little unfortunate. And, yeah, no. It just has the 1 swap. Because we discarded a swap. I think... I could go either way here. Ultimately, buying Province is going to be the winning play, I think. So, let's do this. That might even be a better attack than Ninja. I didn't think about that, but it does seem good. Wow. So they got kind of lucky because they didn't have the ability to scheme 4 cards. I don't even think they have the ability to scheme 3 cards. They definitely got lucky there. Or I'm missing some next level play. Ninja. And now the hex pile gets reshuffled. Ooh, that's a very good artist. This is a very good turn from our opponent. Okay. They have multiple first mates, but they're not going for the pile out. Don't they have another scheme? What did they discard? Oh, you can discard treasures to fear. Never mind. Famine discards a scheme. Great. That could have been useful to me. I mean, I'm in a rough spot this turn. I guess you could argue that I shouldn't have even tried to... Yeah, I'm in a really rough spot this turn, actually. Any turn where I don't get plus action, net plus action from first mate, is going to be pretty impossible for me to have a good turn. Meanwhile, our opponent can top deck 2 cards. There are some good sequences, but no great ones, because there's just no way to get plus action. So we're just stuck with 1 terminal. What are they going to top deck? A werewolf. I think they're planning to get their landing parties back. Seems likely. Should we double attack? I think I will. Not ideal. I mean, we're just struggling this game. Not sure why I played that ninja, now that I think about it. Wait a second. Should we buy an artist? I don't think so. Right? I think it just takes too long to pay that off. Yeah. That's pretty nice. Oh, our opponent is trying to have a turn. Interesting. Oh, they knew they had a first mate down there for some reason? I don't know how they knew that. Wait, does this, like, go on forever? Alright, only so long as they have actions in hand. Well, that's pretty neat. Trying to go for the win. They have one more swap, so I don't think they're getting the win this turn. But they are threatening some stuff. Maybe they have it. That artist was crazy. Why don't they have more cards in their deck? Mysteries. That's it? See what we can do. I think I'll play Marquee here. It's not the best Marquee. No, I think we're going to play 3 landing parties. I think that's just like a given. I don't have the money to get back this landing party, unfortunately. Don't have that kind of money. It would make it harder for our opponent to pile, though, if we, like... But then, no, they could just swap into a landing party. That's pretty valuable. Well, regardless, we should attack with Ninja. I think that much is clear. And then we swap. I think swapping into Werewolf is the best play. We can always swap back into landing party. Oh yeah, we have this option also. How do we stop our opponent from winning? Is there any way? Hmm. I think leaving the landing party is our best bet. It's our best hope. Envy is good. That's useless, of course. Ooh. I mean, we're going to get attacked, but if we don't get attacked, that's really good. There might be a chance here. Unfortunately, we're behind enough points. It's pretty rough here. It's pretty rough. Now, if we get a locust, which hits our opponent's province, we could win. Not sure there's anything else we can do to win. We have the capability to double duchy, I guess. We could bank on our opponent having a dud as another option. We've got those possibilities. Now, our opponent has played 5 of their 6 landing parties, so we'll just have to see. They might have enough to just pile here, right? If they swap into 3 swaps and then just buy a swap landing party, well, they might not be able to do that. They might have to swap into 4 swaps and buy landing party. I don't think they can do that. We have 3 werewolves. We have 3 schemes, so they have 1 more scheme. So I think they only have 2 targets. Oh, and 1 more first mate. They have 3 targets that can become swaps. But they're envious. So I think they only have 8 coins this turn. So they might be 1 short, unless I'm forgetting an action that they have. They've already played their artist. They only have the 1. I think they're 1 coin short, is my read. So they haven't been afflicted by greed. Their silver got trashed. Oh, they don't have a scheme. A scheme is in the trash. Diluted. State to curse. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, their opponent has 1 more landing party. Okay, but I think they were still 1 short. Oh, they can't return a landing party. That's right. Uh-huh. Playing a landing party would certainly help this turn. Our opponent doesn't have nearly as much reach. So I think we do that. We're going to play the ninja, I'm pretty sure. I don't really want to swap. I wanted to play another scheme. That clearly didn't work out. Ooh, we have a scheme top deck. That's ideal. That's pretty good. Could hardly have worked out better. Oh! We can win this game? I think we can win this game. We still need to hit province, which is not a guarantee by any means. We got a marquee, right? We can't just... Oh, boy. Maybe we end with marquee, because all we need to do is find our money. This is not good. This is bad. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we lose. Hmm. Oh, that could have been a better turn. That could have been a better turn. We could have, for instance, found our artist. That would have been, important. Wait a moment. I should have kept that werewolf to turn it into a swap. I hadn't considered that line. But anyways, it shouldn't matter. If our opponent finds their marquee, it doesn't matter. I guess if they don't find their marquee, yeah, they're good. Well, that was a marathon game. Yeah, we had a chance to win that turn, just didn't work out our way. All right. There's another game I think we're playing. Um, Joust. That looks important. Aristocrat can be plus buys, but it's a lot of work to support that like highway thing. Oh, it's a riverboat joust? That's cool. All right. So how do we want to play this game? Hmm. There's no, there are plenty of ways to get rid of curses. So probably opening desperation is pretty good because treasure, really nice. And if we have to, yeah, I think I want to open treasure gear using desperation. I guess the problem with that is I don't really need a bunch of cards. Like I don't need a bunch of money. So you could just open investment gear. Yeah, I don't really need the money from treasure. Not at the moment. Okay, so we can afford 5 if we want to set aside nothing. Next turn, we're just going to have 3. So next turn, we potentially get a gear. We could also get... So yeah, this could be like treasurer. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want treasurer gear. That's too many terminals. So we could go... I kind of want a riverboat. So we could go riverboat hideout or something like that. Um, uh, None of this is good. None of this is good. I don't like any of these options. I guess I'll get a hideout. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing here, though. Oh, right, we can desperation. We have the hideout. Do we want a desperation for anything? Not really. Not really. Let's just get the riverboat. I'll just play with a pair of riverboats. It's fine. We'll just set that up. A pair of riverboats seems fine. Better sooner than later. That all is fine. Coin. And we might as well get the other riverboat. Since we're triggering a shuffle with just the one terminal action in it. Our opponent did get the treasure. We should probably maybe follow. We could get one here, I guess. It is the best way to get to province. And then once we get province, what do we want? What do we want? I mean, renown is plus buy, domain is plus buy. Yeah, we want those cards. Those are the cards we want. Don't really care about anything else. Wow, another treasure. How did I even get that riverboat? Oh, I hadn't played the riverboat yet. Duh. Okay. So, there are 2 ways that we can get a curse and trash a card. If we wanted, for instance, a treasurer. I'm thinking at this point we do want a treasurer. So let's do it. Let's get it. We've got our riverboats cooking. That is not good at all. Okay. We didn't get a riverboat down. What the heck? What are we supposed to do now? Next turn we have treasure and a riverboat. Problem. We could get yet another hideout. Maybe I'd prefer a highway, though. Yeah. This is gross. I suppose hideout is the only post actions. We should get one more. I mean, except for what comes from the rewards, but we can like buy desperation and stuff, so I think it's all good. Our opponent still doesn't have the key, so I think that means we should just desperation for hideout. That was unlucky. That was an unlucky turn. I sure hope we get a good turn coming up here. We deserve it. We get to see 2 cards in our next shuffle. Just 2. The card I most want to see is gear, because that can draw into other good cards, and then if it collides with hideout, I can set up hideout for the following turn, which makes it all good, you know? So we have 2 curses, our opponent has 1 estate, and then I think we've both trashed 2 copper. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's the situation. Another gear would be nice. Certainly. Well, that's not ideal, but it's not terrible. We could get another highway. Our next turn is guaranteed to be good. I think highway is better than another gear. Now, a gear here, that could be good. Potentially. I do want another gear, definitely. Aristocrat is also close actions. It should be noted. But this turn, I think I'm by province. What? It would have been nice to get a riverboat in play, let me tell you. It would have been nice. There's no point in buying the province this turn. Well, I mean, there is a point. Because if we don't set aside, we can potentially set aside the province next turn. We put 2 highways in play, which means province only costs 6, which means we just have it. I guess we can set aside more anyway. Yeah, sure, whatever. It was unlucky, though. Definitely unlucky. really care about the key except insofar as it prevents our opponent from getting the key. So he drew province, which is bad, of course. We have, like, no draw. Oh, no, we have 2 highways. So we hope we draw into highway. But, I mean, it's kind of, like, not much of a hope, you know? It's not much of a hope. I think another gear is more important than literally any other card at this stage. Because it just guarantees the next turn we're gonna be able to collide Joust with province. It is the most valuable thing we can be doing. And like every turn, you know, we can make it work every turn. We're getting to the point where we should probably buy Desperation just for more targets for our hideout. Our opponent, like, just completely thinned, which is, you know, it's a choice. They only have the one riverboat. I bet they're going to get lucky with the province here. What? That's crazy. That is crazy. Alright, but it all worked out for us. So which do we prefer? Domain or Renown? This turn, I think Renown is better. It's kind of close, but that's what I'm feeling. What the heck is this? I guess we'll just trash investment. That's fine. Seriously, what's going on here? Are we content with the set of cards that we have? No, we need to play this hideout. That's interesting. That is interesting. In the future, we can use Treasurer to empower hideout. We could do it now. I think taking the key is going to be more valuable at the moment. I think we just take a village. If we can. I mean, obviously, Domain. Our opponent could win with Domain. It's like, it was more likely than not that they'd get it, but it's frustrating nonetheless. Frustrating nonetheless. I still feel ahead, but only a little bit. We can, like, desperation for 2 provinces. Should be easy. But is that, like, a losing play? It might actually be a losing play. I have to look at the situation. Maybe we should have taken Domain. The important thing is our opponent can't get a prize on their next turn anyway. That's just not a thing they can do. Why didn't they take a treasure? I'm confused. I mean, if they don't take a province, that's... yeah. Okay. So, we're kind of screwed. We can't leave 2 provinces, clearly. Oh, we might not even be safe. Oh my god, that's so good. Alright, what's our play? It's probably Courser. Cornet is also pretty good, but Courser just seems better. There's a big problem, though. Our opponent wins, obviously, if they get 3 provinces, so... they might just be able to do that. They might just be able to do that. I guess we card action here. They don't really need... I don't need the money and such. No, we can potentially... it doesn't matter. This seems obviously correct. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and if we take the key, that's probably makes it least likely that our opponent can win, right? Now, if we take the investment, that makes it... that gives us 1 VP. That doesn't seem like that does much. I don't know. I think we're kind of just losing. Opponent can just take duchies, can't they? Oh, well maybe we just take double province here and win. That'd be nice. They didn't even get a riverboat in play. We could still lose. So our points maximizing play is to take huge turnip. And and then investment from the trash to get 2 VP. Oh, I think our opponent super loses now. They didn't even take points. It could be Cornet, but it's going to be huge turnip, I think, because that's more amusing. Unless I want the no, our opponent didn't even get that in play. Huge turnip, baby. Okay, cards and actions. Oh boy. I didn't expect this. Do we have what we need in hand? No. What? Wait. We're just trying to get 2 provinces. All right. I should not have played that. That hideout. Whoops. Well, we could lose now. That was a misplay. Oh no. I don't know. I think we're gonna be fine. But that was poorly done. That was poorly handled. I think we want cards and actions. I think that's pretty clear. And I think we have it. Okay, we almost lost that. Oh, I forgot to write that Will won the last game. The game 2. Alright, on to game 4. What do we have here? Lots of trashing. Highwayman. So the difficult thing is plus actions. What's patient? Patient artist. That is anti-synergistic. One patient artist isn't that bad. It's not very good, but it's not that bad. Alright, so what's our game plan? My inclination is to play Mask. I don't know. If we want plus actions, we need to play with Diplomat, which synergizes better with Church and Forager than it does with Masquerade. So, yeah. But then if we play with Highwayman, that doesn't synergize very well with Diplomat either. On the other hand, I don't really want to play... I mean, Highwayman just seems good. You can actually get patient artist to be even more draw with Crypt and Church, potentially. All right. So how about we do pageant church? Question mark. Oh, that's good for our opponent. I don't even know. Actually, I don't even know if that's good. Haggler's kind of awkward in this kingdom. Suppose it lets you give money. I mean, this is just an awkward kingdom. I'll have to think about that. Our opponent's trying to do something. I don't know if I believe in it. Now, this is unlucky, right? A little unlucky. A little bit unlucky. So we're just going to get a pair of churches, a highwayman, a couple artists, and treasures, and hope to win. That's my plan. I don't want Haggler because I do want to play with artist. And that's really the bottom line. This is a weird kingdom. This is ugly. So our opponents like adding cards into their deck. We'll see if that works out for them. We're going to try the approach where we don't add cards to our deck. I'm pretty optimistic it's going to work out. Ah, that's unlucky. Okay, so if we have a patient artist, then we can actually play with multiple terminal actions. Like, what is this nonsense? Like a mask, you know? That could be fun. Is mask the most disruptive card we can play? So we are like activating our opponent's diplomats, I guess. You kind of need money. Hmm. I think it's fun to play with mask. Mostly I want gold, I think. Hmm. I have another church down there. So I think I'll do the patient artist kind of thing. It would be nice if we could get Highwayman in play, though, no? We just don't have enough information about what the top two cards of our deck are. If they're Highwayman, I want to play this artist and set aside the mask. But if they're like Church Copper, well, then that's no good. I think I just won't set aside the mask. Okay. Not ideal, but we're getting somewhere, hopefully, maybe. Do we want a silver? Or a coffer? We have to spend a... I prefer gold. There's no plus buy, though, right? There's something to be said for being fast rather than slow. And it would be nice to buy an artist next turn, you know? Well, this is not good. It's just not good. I'm stuck in the same situation with this mask that I can't play. I guess if I get another artist, right, that would help. Let's see if we can do that. I haven't been paying attention to what our opponent's doing. Probably winning. I haven't felt good about my strategy here. But our opponent is definitely thinning a bunch, which might not be good for them. Since I have this Masquerade just poised, ready to unload. Yeah. If I had counted, then I could have known that I shouldn't have taken the silver. Or I should have set aside one fewer copper. Either of those two things would have been better than what I actually did. But that was too much effort for me, apparently. Too much effort to count. I want the Highwayman. I think my turns just don't go well if I don't have a Highwayman. Setting aside one copper. Yeah. Well, I can't actually buy an artist. This is an awkward spot to be in. I think I need the gold. Hmm. Well, as long as my artist isn't bottom decked, we're fine. I just don't know if my opponent's deck, like, if it keeps on doing good things or not. It looks weird to me, you know? It looks weird to me. I'm not convinced that it is stable. But my build is awful. I mean, it's turn 11 and I still don't even... Yeah, it's just not good. Yeah, we keep trashing. Oh, this is fine. Okay. We set aside one. Yeah, just one. So we can fully pay off our debt. Maybe we should set aside two? There's an argument there. Oh, they're out of copper. Two bias. Oh, that's something I don't have, is it? I don't think I care about that, but it is not something I have. Our opponent should definitely buy a province, right? I guess I only played one Haggler, though. I don't know what their game plan is. They top deck two diplomats, question mark? Oh no, they set aside some stuff. So they set aside a diplomat, no doubt. Probably. So maybe they top deck diplomat Haggler? But they got a forager too. I don't know. Can they really activate diplomats? They're playing with two churches. Okay. Can they really activate diplomat reliably? Now that is actually good for them, getting that copper. All right. I don't think I want more artists. I think the second artist only draws one card, which is bad. So... Oh, did our opponent not play highway? Hmm. Never mind. I think I want a gold. And then we're in good shape. And we start provincing. I don't know if our opponent intentionally didn't play Highwayman, or that it's just how the cookie crumbled, but it will let them activate diplomats, which is the nice news for them. It's still not, like, trivial, though, because they get all those... How did they activate diplomat on this turn? It's actually baffling. There is the trash from church, right? Okay, so if they start with 4 cards, they go to 7, they go to 6. Church, yeah, okay. I guess that all checks out. Finally, this masquerade I bought um, a long while ago can pay off. Now I have like super duper overdraw though, but whatever. How many copper do I want? I only need one. Our opponent's got more flexibility with their Hagglers. We just have to hope that they miss at some point. Or we take a tie. That's also fine. Our opponent doesn't have to offer a tie, though. And they're gathering a lot of coffers. So that might let them double province eventually. It's tricky. They might have the better play. Oh, they don't have a diplomat in hand. Interesting. I'll just set aside one. Because they might not give me a copper. Okay. I don't need this church. Our opponent probably doesn't need it either, but whatever. I might be done trashing copper. Our opponent's deck sure does look better than ours. Will it crack at some point? Kinda wish I had a Haggler. Maybe my opponent will give me one. Because it's kind of... I might be helping my opponent by giving them copper. I got nothing else to give them. Yeah, I don't think I had the better strategy here. I think playing my opponent's deck is better. The build for me was awkward, but I don't know. I'm not sure there was a clean build. And it just has a lot less endgame potential. I didn't realize that, like, by the time you're playing, you want to get an artist with the Haggler deck, potentially. I don't know, it's an awkward board. It's all awkward. Oh, that's cool. The deck is quite reliable, though. Fine. Opponent still has 3 churches in their deck. I don't know why they're trashing copper. It seems unwise to me. Maybe they have to activate their diplomats? I don't think so. The deck is way too good. Yeah. I mean, hey, if I could get a Forager, I would. It's a good deck they have. I underestimated it. I'm repeating myself, but I'm impressed. They just take province something else here, and then they can take double province next turn. Like, it's a good deck. Better than mine. Doesn't even matter that, like, they're first player. If they were second player, I think they'd still be in a dominant position. Because I can get 4 provinces and they can still win with province touchy. Like, trivial. Trivially. That doesn't seem like the correct line. I mean, you're going to win anyway, but that doesn't seem like the correct line. I don't know whether I should be playing Highwayman first or Masquerade first. I think I could go either way on that. I could go either way. Let's go Mask first. See what happens. Get as much information as we can. Okay. We can set aside... They probably have it. I mean, we are just like completely locked. We can't do anything. But by province, so, I mean, there's just really no way we can win. This is a very interesting self-destructive deck. I should have tried to play it. I didn't have confidence. I wonder if a Ronin would be good in our opponent's deck. It's a little bit redundant with Diplomat. I don't even know if like you should be playing with Highwayman in that deck. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. It's a lot of trashed coppers. There's only one left. Okay, that was a dud. That was a dud. Okay. I have no means of winning unless my opponent gives me a forager. I'm gonna go with don't trash that. So if we get a forager, then next turn we can get province duchy, but our opponent can lock off that wind path by getting another duchy. And we don't really have the means to like keep on feeding the forager. You know? I don't think we have any chance. I don't know. I think it's our only chance. That's a province. I got outplayed. On to game 5. Need to create a new table. Large, but catapult. Catapult's a pretty nasty counter to enlarge, I think. So Quartermaster can gain smithies. It can also gain Hamlet. But it can't gain Bandit Camp, which is our preferred village. It's often the case that if you can open Quartermaster, you should open Quartermaster. Just trying to think about the situation. Yeah. We have Frog to resolve terminal collision. And Quartermaster can gain Humble and Crumble Castle. Oh. Oh, we also have Necropolis. Now, should we get double Quartermaster? I don't think so. I think that's too greedy. I wouldn't mind getting 2 Quartermasters, though, because then we can get the Humble Crumble combo. Otherwise, if you take Humble with your Quartermaster, you potentially open yourself up to Crumble from the opponent. Haven, interesting. Okay, well, we get to do that, which is nice. But our next turn is probably going to be pretty bad. I would not mind playing with the smithy. I wouldn't mind playing with a gear. I think gear has to be better in the short term. There's nothing we can do at 4 that we can't do at 3 other than get smithy. And I don't think smithy is better than gear. You know, I've had better draws than this. Opponent opens in large. That's pretty good in the opening, I guess. That's atrocious. And this is bad too. Yeah, enlarge is pretty good. We should have considered getting enlarge. Still no quartermaster from our opponent. Do we want the necropolis top decked? No. Hamlet seems better than Haven to me. That's fine. Ooh. Our opponent doesn't have a quartermaster, so we can take Humble Crumble uninterrupted. I don't think an extra Hamlet does much for me. I don't think I want any more desperations. Enlarge is kind of dangerous if you don't have quartermasters, at least, to gain a card if you have nothing else to trash. I don't know. It's pretty good early. I'm happy with my quartermaster. I think we get an enlarge now. We need to start trashing this junk we have in our deck. However, no. It's correct. It's got to be correct. It's got to be correct. I don't think I want to set aside. Should we get a craftsman? It's not bad. And it's not great. I have 2 gears now. I don't really want more gears, I don't think. I think what I actually want... Craftsman's not bad, but I think I'd rather get Desperation for Bandit Camp. Because I have on my Quartermaster a Smithy. Hmm. Not ideal. Not ideal. Alright, we take a Smithy. I don't know why our opponent's not taking more gears. Let's just set aside with one. We have an enlarge down there. It could be... It could be correct to do this. It seems possible. Oh, that is something I completely forgot. Whoops. One more bandit camp, and then we can get smithies and stuff. Craftsman could be worth it, but let's take the smithy. This is an annoying discard. What do I have set aside? I think that means we discard the smithy. But that is very annoying. What is a very annoying? Continues to be annoying. Okay. We're gonna want action. And I guess buy. We could set aside a spoils. I don't think we need all them. With the amount of buy we have. Yeah, next turn we start provincing. We could get small castle as well. But I'm not feeling that yet. Piles are getting low. Piles are getting very low. On to game 6. Gross? Where's the draw? I don't see any draw. I don't know what this board is. I'll get a ghost. Why not? Whoa! The double skulk. Prepare to be boarded. We can cemetery again, I guess. Or we could buy a 5 cost. Yeah, sure. What did they get? Plaza? Sure, that seems reasonable. Bought a silver. Okay. We have pretty much nothing here. Do I want a silver? Not really. What the heck? Oh well. We can get inheritance in any event. Skipped over my gold. Cool. Reveal a card. It doesn't matter. Excuse you. Courier would be an interesting option as well for that. Hmm. I'm just gonna get these estates, and then once I get them, I'll get a potion. And hope it's not too late to score points that way. Oh, foiled. What's the point of this? Can't buy anything good. Hmm. Hmm. No, if you can't buy anything good, buy something bad. Oh, this is good. That's pretty unfortunate. I think our opponent has more estates than us. We can get alliance, though. That might be better. Uh, huh? Huh? Uh, huh? Hmm. Oh, alliance doesn't even get us. I don't know why I'm getting all those golds if my plan is to... Wow! That's actually good for me. That's pretty good for me. I'm gonna mark it. That's cool. Where are my potions? What do we even want? This is gonna trigger a shuffle with both of my potions gone. That's annoying. Discard down to 3. Okay, fine. Could get Alliance and stuff. I don't know what's best, you know? I just don't know. I've, like, always paired a Courtier with a Skulk after, like, the first play. It's pretty surprising. No, we don't discard. That's absurd. Oh! Is that good? Is that bad? I don't actually know. So we just hit the threshold for 4. Sure hope I find my potion. Piles are low. This could be good. This could be good. We need plus buy, though. So we don't need a gold. Okay. We cannot win the game that way. It was pretty close to winning the game that way. But not quite there. So we have 3 vineyards. We might get a 4th. So every 3 action cards is worth 3 VP. That doesn't seem good enough. Let's just do that. Finally. Stupid ghost. Don't have a potion. Ooh, that's very good. Don't have a potion. That's all I ask of you. Let's go. And we can win with 2 cemeteries. Alright. We did it. The end of a successful season in the C division. We'll be promoting up to B. There'll be a pretty long break before the next one. Yeah, but there's going to be the annual online Dominion Online Championship, which I'll be participating in. So expect those videos next. Until then.